Try to catch me howling at the moon.
For the first race of the season, we are back at Deer Haven in Union, South Carolina. This has been the first stop for the past few seasons. The rain would come at the beginning of the AM race on Sunday, unlike last year, which was a complete and total mud fest. It only rained for the start of the race before it would go away. The track was slick and muddy in some places, but ended up drying towards the end. Either way, in comparison of last year, it was a complete cakewalk. The track had a little bit for everyone: multiple creek crossings, hill climbs, big open straightaways where you can really rip it wide open. Coming into the 2022 season fresh off his 2021 victory and his shiny new number 1 plate is Patrick Tobin. One of his biggest championship rivals, Scott Harwell, is going to be out for at least the first race and possibly second, with other commitments. Another one of last year's title favorites, David James, is back healthy and ready to race after getting injured in the last half of the season. He has been training hard in the offseason, and we had the opportunity to catch up with the James gang during one of their training sessions. And here's what David had to say.
The off season's been real good. I've had to run a couple of small races, and just getting warmed back up to the last year's deal that I've went through, and so we've been riding a little bit, been working on our bikes a little bit, and looking forward to what's coming. It's a lot of fun. I know that them boys, they play like, we all play like we don't take it serious, but we do. I mean, we exercise. We try to make sure we got good tires. We try to, but we also have a lot of fun, and yeah, that's what I try to tell them. Says, well, I got my jacket. It's 2019, and Harwell got his last year, and Tobin got his this year, and so it's time to make another turn and get mine back.
Another rider back in the lineup in contention is Mack Reed. It's good to see him back after his injuries last year. He should be coming back competing, hopefully vying for that number 1 spot as well. At the drop of the green flag, Bodie Mann got a quick start and into the woods first, claiming the whole shot, followed closely by Billy Evans and Robert Whitlock. While Patrick Tobin had a rough start, David James was even worse as he was last into the woods. Up from the youth bikes last year, Jet Leatherwood comes into the lineup looking to prove that he can hang with the leaders. Starting from the 4th row, he would have to make up some massive time to be able to run down the leaders. Despite his bad start, David James would work his way through the field into first place. By the end of the first lap, he would have nearly a full minute lead over everyone else inside of his row. Jet Leatherwood, though, would be right on him based upon the time adjustment, and by the second lap, Jet would take the overall lead. One of the biggest features of this course is a motocross track, where riders can show how big they can send it off the jumps and how fast they can rip through the corners. Jet would be able to keep his pace and would claim the first place victory based upon time. David James would never be passed, however, he would get second place overall.
First in class, I don't know about overall, maybe second.
Patrick Tobin, despite a poor start and falling multiple times, would still end up prevailing for that final spot on the podium.
Did I? I feel fine, it's like I didn't even ride.
Yeah?
On the fifth, I mean, you look otherwise.
It got muddy.
I fell every lap. Well, the first lap I didn't fall. Every other lap I fell at least twice.
For the next race, we are heading back to Harris Bridge, which last year, like Deer Haven, was a mud fest early on. Last year, Scott Harwell claimed the first place victory, but who will be the victor this year? Will Patrick or Tobin be able to come back and beat Jet Leatherwood? We'll have to find out next week. Thank you all for joining us at Deer Haven, and we look forward to seeing you in the next week at Harris Bridge.